Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you again. My name is Carolyn and you're watching Carol's Puzzle Corner, and today we're going to do a puzzle review of the brand Eeboo. And the puzzle that I'm going to review is called Hike in the Woods by Miranda Sofroniu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And the puzzle looks like this. So it's a couple walking through the woods, and part of it is somewhat realistic, but part of it, the mushrooms are oversized, which kind of makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, which is one of my favorite Disney movies. So there's all sorts of oversized mushrooms, and there's little creatures that are coming out to see who's walking through the woods. There's a hare, there's a deer. I love the pudgy squirrel on the tree. They remind me of the fat squirrels here in Montreal. There's a fox, I think that's a quail, all kinds of birds that I can't identify, lots of foliage, and it looks like there's not a lot of foliage on the trees, so maybe it's fall. Maybe it's fall. So yeah, I've been postponing doing this puzzle forever, and I'm just finally going to get her done. But I wanted to take a few minutes to tell you about what I know about Eeboo. So let me get my little notepad out. Eeboo was started by a woman named Mia Gallison, not to be confused with the puzzle brand Gallison. There's no correlation, at least I don't think so. And they actually started their Eeboo company in 1994. Mia is a mom, and she started her games and toy company called Eeboo in 1994 to provide different options for her children. I think she has 3 kids. And in 2017, she came out with the Peace and Love puzzles that we know as Eeboo, but the toys and games were there long before the puzzles were. And things to note about Eeboo is that they are ribbon or grid cut, meaning the puzzle pieces are cut horizontally. That's not a word. Horizontally? I don't know if that's a word, but you guys know what I mean. And vertically. I have cat fur in my nose. So that technically, if you wanted to, you could construct the puzzle line by line. That's what grid or ribbon cut means, and that Eeboo does that. Their puzzles come in square or round. I don't know if they come in rectangular. Please pipe in the comments if you happen to know if they come in rectangular, but I happen to have only seen square and circular puzzles. And one of the things, and their vision statement, which I just literally pulled off their website, is to inspire and support a lifetime of empathy, creativity, and curiosity. And they're very proud to be use sustainably sourced materials, so that are recycled. The inks are vegetable based, and they use FSC certified paper, which has to do with how the trees are harvested and forested. And as of 2022, Eeboo is certified climate neutral by Climate Partner. And I guess, just guessing, that it doesn't leave a huge footprint. These puzzles don't leave a huge, energy footprint. So if you're into the environment, which I think everybody should be at least a little bit, because we all live on the planet, Eeboo's a good way to go. Okay, so that's I think all I have to say about Eeboo. Yeah, so I'm gonna change camera angles. I'll be right back. So what we see here, I'm just gonna look at the box. So here's the cover of the box. The box does not come with a cellophane wrapper, it's naked. And it comes with 2 transparent sticky things that I have a knife to cut, but we're not there yet. We're just going to investigate the box. So on one of the sides, it talks about the illustrator. She was born, Miranda Sofroniu was born in the UK, but now lives in Melbourne, Australia. Oh. She's inspired by travel and nature, creating a whimsical, creative world that invites the audience inside. So there's a blurb about the artist, which I like. And then it just says, hike in the woods, 100-piece puzzle, peace and love, Eeboo. And then on this side, there's a piece of the puzzle, the title of the puzzle, hike in the woods. The measurements, it's 23 by 23 inches. And then again, Eeboo. And then this side is another different image of the puzzle with the same information. The title, the measurements, 1,000 piece, and the brand. And here on the cover, it does say that it's recycled material and mother owned. And then on the back, we have a QR code, which is too fancy for me. I'm very technologically sheltered. So I don't use QR codes. But here's the completed puzzle. It gives you a idea of the actual piece size. And again, it has the measurements. And so behind the box, not behind the box, on the back of the box, boy, that was hard, there is a poem on every Ebu puzzle. Sorry for the screaming kids. Live with a lot of kids outside. So the kids are outside. I don't live with a lot of kids. I don't have any. But yes, so it says, alone together, quiet hiking should be to everyone's liking. Listen, you may hear a chorus. Hiding creatures share the forest. Join the parts and see the whole. The woods are good for every soul. So that is sweet. So that is the Ebu box in a nutshell. And I'm just going to take my knife and pierce the film. Okay. Now what we see when we open the box, let's have a look. I can get it open. So we have a bag with the puzzle pieces. We have a poster that is going to be helpful. I love posters. And I love that it's the exact size of the box and it's not folded in. So it comes with a poster. And then the inside of the box is just plain on both sides. And then the pieces. So let's have a look at the pieces. I'm just gonna... little puzzle ASMR. So the pieces are nice and chunky. They're very sturdy. I can't bend them easily. I'm obviously not going to try and wreck a piece, but they're very sturdy. And oh, this is an edge piece. I should put it over here. And the pieces, the shapes, let's see if I can get... Oh, the shapes are mostly like this. So far I've done, okay, so I'm cheating a little bit because I've done an Ebu puzzle before. This isn't my very first time. But I just wanted to show people who may be hesitating whether or not to invest money into the brand and get themselves some puzzles. These are what the pieces look like. They're nice and thick. I'm trying to bend it and it's really tough. So they're very sturdy pieces. And let's get started. Back again. So I realized that I didn't talk about the box, and the box is really important for me. It's one of my um, judgment or review criteria. The box has to be sturdy. I intend to keep my puzzles for a couple of years and redo them. I don't like a flimsy box. And I have to say, the box is quite sturdy for recycled material. It's not too thin. Um, so I'm happy with the box. I'm happy with the sturdiness of the box. Um, it's good. And I also realized that you guys couldn't see the poster. My apologies. I'm still learning about this. So this is the poster that comes with it. You can tell it's recycled paper because the colors are a little faded. But it's a great size. I prefer a poster that fits into the box without being folded, because sometimes posters that come with puzzles are so big and cumbersome, it's like unfolding a map, and then it just takes more space on your puzzle station. So I really enjoy the size of puzzle poster, and it's going to be a great tool because I don't use, I know a lot of people use the puzzle box to put their pieces in, but I have a different system, which I may share with you if you guys are interested. So yeah, this is a better look at the poster. So let's get started. Okay, so we're almost done this beautiful puzzle. I do love the feeling of running my hands through a fresh puzzle. And I wanted to talk a bit about the piece quality and the piece fit before I complete it. So one thing to know about Eeboo is that their pieces are quite glossy. Yeah, this is an Ebu piece, and I don't know if the light is catching, but it's quite glossy as opposed to this is Ravensburger and this is Cobble Hill. These two are quite matte, and this one catches the light quite a bit, and it's almost got this plasticky, smooth feeling to it. It's not, I prefer my puzzles to be matte, but it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. Because I'm prepared. I'm mentally prepared that these are going to be glossy. And the end image means that it's a little more difficult to photograph. Not that I'm like heavy into Instagram or anything, but if you want to take a good picture of an Eeboo, it's that much trickier because of the glare. Because these puzzle pieces are definitely not matte, but they're very nice and smooth. In terms of thickness, so this I have one little Ebu piece. This is from Cobble Hill, Canadian Contender. And this is from Ravensburg. So if you see my sandwich, I'm just trying to, yeah. The middle piece is Cobble Hill, the top piece is Ravensburger, and the bottom piece is Eeboo. So Eeboo is the thinnest out of the three, but only by a smidge compared to Ravensburger. Cobble Hill is the thickest. I like nice, thick, chunky pieces, and Eeboo definitely has thick pieces. They're quite comparable to Ravensburger, I believe. So in terms of thickness, I'm quite happy. In terms of false fit, well, whenever you have a grid or a ribbon cut puzzle, you always run into the chance of it having false fits, which is definitely the case here. I found that most of the false fits you could tell because the colors didn't correspond, but some of the false fits really did trick me, and it wasn't until I tried to put more pieces around it that I realized it was a false fit. I'm trying to complete this puzzle while talking to you, and it's not going too well. So there are some false fits. I wouldn't say an exorbitant amount. It wasn't too distracting. In terms of puzzle pickup, this puzzle is definitely quite crumbly. I wouldn't trust it. It's already tearing here. And it's difficult to pick up sections of it to move to a different part of your puzzle station. I would say the max that you can pick up would be maybe 3 or 4 pieces. So if that's something that's important to you, know that is definitely, see, my puzzle has already kind of fallen apart over here. And I love a sturdy puzzle because why? Because I'm clumsy, and because I have a cat who likes to skid on the table and mess up, like do this. And if he did this to this puzzle wouldn't survive. If he did it to another brand, it might stay intact. So quite crumbly. False fits, not too many though. The other thing that I came across were 2 pieces that were stuck together. I'm trying to recreate it. But stuck together so tightly and in such a way that you almost had to damage the piece to get them unstuck. That happened about 5 or 6 times in this puzzle. But overall, I wouldn't hesitate to continue buying Eeboo. I think it's a great quality. Um, I'm pretty happy with the piece, quality. Is it my favorite, absolute favorite number one brand? No, but that's okay. It's good to diversify. But yeah, that's a little bit on the pieces. And let's finish this puzzle.